Hello and welcome to The Unexpected List. I'm your host, Will, and with me as always is my only contestant,
Sarah.
And the way this works is very simple. I will give Sarah a topic, and off the top of her head, she'll give me the first 5 games that come to mind. Sarah, are you ready for your topic?
I never am, but let's do this.
Okay, I can wait.
No, don't wait. Just come, give it to me. Hit me with it.
Your topic is summer.
I hate summer.
All right, we're back with Sarah's An Unexpected Stack. Sarah, what is number 5 for summer?
Oh, you're starting at the bottom.
Yeah, you want me to start at the top?
It doesn't matter because I just put them in order of size of box, not
We can do letters, like what's E?
What's E?
And then we go D, B, C, A.
Well, first I want to say when I thought of summer, I thought of things that people might do or, mostly do, I guess. Or, that's summer things.
Right.
So we're going to start with Fleet the Dice game, which I always thought, this is before they did the expansion, that they kind of missed their opportunity to call it Fleet Dicey Waters because there's so many dice games that are something, the dice game, or they try to make it play on words.
True.
So Dicey Waters because you're boating, fishing on...
Yeah. Now the expansion was called that.
Yes.
But you made a little post-it note.
But I made a little post-it note on my copy so that it'd be Fleet Dicey Waters. So this is the... Was this the... Well, it wasn't the first game we'd played by Ben and Matt.
Right. But this was the start of our love for their crunchy roll and write.
Yes. This is the first one in what they call their crunchy roll and write line. I still like Three Sisters better, but only because Three Sister fixed the one issue I have with Fleet the Dice game, and that is you can have a bad die roll.
Yeah, although I do think like the expansion did help with that.
Yes, agreed. So it's a thematically you're fishing, you're going out and you're getting licenses to, and this is based on their card game version, which was much more complex. That one we haven't played in ages. But yeah, it's a kind of I wouldn't call it a spreadsheet type of roll and write, but you've got 2 sheets that you are filling out, and things in certain areas will help you in other areas, and you're trying to make points, you're trying to make combos, and that's the thing I always love about Ben and Matt's crunchy roll and writes is that combo-tasticness, and this was one of the first ones I think we played that was more than quicks or
just a roll and and like okay
it's filling a number type of thing.
Yeah, that was a 3. I did a 3 thing.
Yep. So thematically, summer, going fishing,
and it's gadget dice. It's not numbers. So.
It's not numbers. So yes, and of course this is, like I said, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2.
Wait, but we just did 5.
Okay, 4 then.
Kohaku. This is a game by Danny Devine, and we actually helped playtest this before the first time it was printed. This is actually the second printing from 25th Century Games. So why I thought of this is a lot of people like to go outside, be in nature, be in gardens, and I know that koi ponds are, just a lot of fun to go into. The gardens that have koi ponds, of course, large bodies of water will cool off an area.
Right.
And so thematically, that's why I thought of this for summer, is going somewhere cool and seeing fish and other beautiful things. Thematically, this is one of those tile laying games where you're trying to score points based on adjacency of other tiles. So you have feature tiles and you have fish tiles. And
pretty chill experience.
Oh yeah, really, really enjoy it. I never feel like it's cutthroat in any way, because like some drafting games
can feel real bad.
Can feel that. But really enjoyed this. Yeah, I don't think I have much.
It was funny though when we were playtesting it. I was like, well, dang, Danny, I don't have any.
I know.
I don't. Normally, I do have some little thing to nitpick or go over. It's like I don't have anything to say. What do you want? It's a good game. Go publish it.
By the time I guess it got to us, I felt like a pretty useless playtester because I had nothing constructive to say except that it's a great game, which is probably the worst playtesting feedback you can give, because usually people want to make it better.
Well, I think because we've playtested a number of his games, it was useful in the fact, like, well, dang, if they say, okay, I feel pretty good about this then. It validated his choices because he made really good choices.
I do kind of wish we had gotten the original version that had the
acrylic tops.
Oh, those look beautiful. But the problem being is this is still kind of a challenging game for Will to play because of the visual aspect of it. So having the cardboard version, which is beautiful in itself, is perfectly fine and fits what we want.
Okay. Now, whether I do it forwards or backwards, this was 3.
3. All right. Fabled fruit. And so you're like, wow, go to the jungle in the summer. That sounds terrible. No, this is the smoothie game. Okay. So we taught this game to some friends of ours, and the wife was not great at remembering titles of games, but she always remembered this as the smoothie game.
Yeah, because each card will have a recipe, and when you fill that recipe, you turn that card over and it becomes a smoothie.
Yes. So you're collecting fruits.
Yes. Friedman Freeze game.
Yes, this is one of those games I really wish we had a chance to dive in deeper, and I hope we do at some point, because this was one of those, the deck changes as you play, because as you've got...
Even from game to game.
From game to game, you can keep playing through the deck until you exhaust it, and we do have the expansion. But yeah, you start out with so many stacks of different recipes and actions. So the action cards first, and you put your little meeple on there and you do whatever the action is. But at the top or bottom, I can't remember, but somewhere on there's a recipe of it needs this kind of fruit or whatever. Once you have that in your hand, you can exchange your fruit, get that, and it's a point. But it's now an action removed from the game. There's only like 4 copies of each card. So when you remove all 4 copies, you get a new stack of action cards. So your actions in the game change as you play, and when you're done, the cards that got turned into smoothies stay out of the next game. And so you're continually moving forward, and it's constantly changing how you play the game.
Yeah, extremely smart design.
Yeah, so really enjoy it, and now I really want a smoothie. Sounds so good, but also really want to play this game more. Fabled Fruit. Friedman Freeze is definitely one of those experimental.
Yeah, we try to check out as many as we can. I mean, the ones we give up on are the ones that start at as low as 3 players, since we mostly play 2 players.
Right, and unfortunately, I think lately the games I've seen are mostly route building or maps, which are difficult.
Tough for me.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
So this is actually the game I thought of first, because when he said summer, I was like, well, summer camp. You can't get more summer than summer camp.
Yeah.
This is not my favorite game.
Right.
It's not, but I appreciate what it does, because it is deck building mixed with race tracks, basically. You've got 3 paths, which are 3 different merit badge pathways.
Yeah.
And so your cards are all resolving around how to move your pieces on the board to get to the end to earn the highest value merit badges you can, because at the end, all the merit badges you've earned, plus there's the cards you gain can have points, but not as much as getting those merit badges. Whoever has most points wins. So it really is a race to the finish type of game. I will also say I don't think this plays best at 2. At least the decks we've tried. We need to try more of them. Player interaction's a little low at 2 players.
Yeah.
But still, I appreciate what it does for having a deck building game focused on moving along tracks and racing to the finish.
Yeah, and the designer.
Right. Come on, brain. He did Sushi Go.
Yes.
Where is it on here? Phil Walker Harding.
Yes.
I can't believe we couldn't remember that.
Yeah,
Phil Walker Harding.
Every time I play one of his games, they're not overly complex, but they're always fun.
Yes.
And that's why when we heard that he did a deck builder, it's like,
yeah,
okay, I just want to check this out.
Yeah.
And that's what summer camp is.
Right. And I will also have to say that Buffalo Games is an amazing, awesome company, because when we got this from a math trade, it was missing a card. And so I thought, I'll have to pay for that because I'm not the original buyer of the game. Nope, they sent it. And then
the whole deck, actually.
The whole deck, not just the missing card. And then we were setting up the first game. I accidentally broke the trifold. It's not a big board. It's just a little thin board.
But with her mad berserker strength, she's like, pop! I'm like, what was that? And it's like,
so then I was like, okay, well, now I'm definitely going to have to pay for this. Nope. And in fact, we got the boards before we got the cards. They were so fast on getting them both. So great company. We need to look. I know they make mostly lighter games.
Right. And this one is a light game.
It is a lighter game. But we're going to have to see what else they do, because that's just a company that I want to support.
Yeah, good customer service.
Good customer service.
All right, number one.
Number one, and one that we definitely need to play again soon, Coldwater Crown, because who doesn't love to go fishing in the summer? Well, that would be me, because you'll never catch me outside. I won't go to summer camp. I'm not going to go to gardens. Maybe I'll go to the aquarium, because I was thinking about, Aqua Garden would be a honorable mention for me. But Coldwater Crown, I love the mechanisms in this. And I feel like there was another game we played recently that had a similar mechanism. But correct me if I'm wrong, because it has been a while.
I don't remember one being, but essentially this one is, you don't own any of the tokens out there.
Your action tokens, you place it out, and it has a certain number up, and that is how many times, right? You take that action. And then you have to take a different token off the board somewhere else, and that's how many times you do it, but then it flips over.
Right.
So it's always constantly shifting and changing, but you're always taking 2 actions on your turn, so you always have a token in front of you.
Yes, a very, very interactive game board that whatever you choose really affects the other player.
Yeah.
In a very meaningful way.
Yeah, so definitely very interesting. Can't say that fishing actually is very engaging to me, but it's a really well done game.
Yes.
So definitely really appreciate that. Okay, let's put the stack back together. So like I said, my honorable mention would be Aqua Garden. It's a hard to find game, unfortunately, which is why I didn't...
That was the Japanese, right?
Yeah, so it
designer, and he does it on crowdfunding.
Yeah, so
directly.
I'm hoping, because he just did an expansion, that he'll come out with more, and so it'll be available. But it's making a, come on, brain, aquarium.
Yeah.
And that one has rondelles, which I still struggle with, but I find very interesting, because you have 2 rondelles. One is the main aquarium board where you're pulling fish from, and then your aquarium where you have your worker moving around, and you have to time it
to the right tanks.
Right.
Because you can only interact with the tanks that your worker is next to.
Yeah. So you have to not only get the right fish, but you need to have your worker next to the right tank to put it in. So it's almost too much for my brain, but one of these days I am going to get it.
Yes.
All right, well, now you said it to me off camera that there was a game that you would be surprised if I didn't pick.
And you didn't pick it.
So what is it?
Well, actually, I do have 2 other games
that
you wouldn't have picked.
Okay.
One was Easy Breezy Travel Agency.
Oh, yeah, traveling.
Quick, little light game. Nice thing to travel during the summer. So that's one I would pick. Another one is, I think, one we got rid of. It was called Helios.
Oh, yeah.
And the neat thing about that is, as you build out your little section of island or whatever it was in front of you, you would move the sun around your board, which would help trigger things.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a neat mechanic for Helios. But... why you lost this round?
Oh no, I lost. There was a wager. Why?
Seasons.
Oh my God. Well, you know why I didn't think about that? It's because it's not just summer.
Yes, but summer is in it.
Oh my God, you're right. I'm kicking myself, because Seasons is one of my favorite games of like all time.
Yeah, whenever she has a top 10 list, Seasons is up there. And it's like, well, she just lost the unexpected list. I'm sad to say.
No, I agree. I lost that one. I should have. Of course, if you had said fall, winter, spring.
Well, then I'd just be singing to you.
Oh.
Winter, spring, summer, fall. Hey now.
All right. Well, so I do fail. That my first failure, because I should have picked Seasons. Great game, onboard game arena. You should really try it, especially sometime last year they revised the interface, so it's a whole lot better than it used to be. Mm-hmm. Still wish it had undos sometimes.
No undo for you.
Absolutely love Seasons, and I love playing it on Board Game Arena. So yeah.
All right, and what are your choices for summer? You can do as much research as you want, just not Sarah. Because this is the unexpected list. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.